She thought he was worthless trash, so she poured a pot of filthy, dirty water over his head in front of her entire laughing family. But in that heartbreaking moment, with water dripping down his face, he smiled, picked up his phone, and made one single call that destroyed their perfect lives forever. What they didn't know: this quiet nobody was actually a secret multi-billionaire, and the devastating karma was just beginning. You won't believe how their world shattered. Stick with me till the end, because this story will leave you speechless. Welcome to Penthouse Stories with Grandpa. While you are here, please hit the subscribe button and share your thoughts on the story, as well as where you are watching from. Oh, friends, let me take you back to a night that started like any other cozy family dinner, but ended up changing everything. You know those moments in life where everything seems just right, but underneath, there's a storm brewing? That's exactly what happened to the Harper family in their beautiful home in Sunnyvale Ridge, California. Picture this: rolling hills dotted with fancy houses, the kind where the grass is always perfectly green and the driveways shine with luxury cars. The Harpers had built their life there, thanks to steady jobs and smart choices. It was a place that screamed success, but as we'll see, success isn't always what it looks like on the outside. Evelyn Harper was the heart of the home, a strong woman in her 50s with a warm smile and a no-nonsense way about her. She'd worked hard as an executive assistant at Western Enterprises, a huge company that pretty much ran the town. Her husband, Robert, sat at the head of the table like always, still in his sharp suit even on a lazy Sunday. He'd climbed the ladder there for over 30 years, all the way to senior director. Their son, Dylan, was right beside him, young and ambitious, already a manager at the same company and dreaming of bigger things. And then there was their daughter, Olivia, the apple of Evelyn's eye. Olivia had just divorced her husband 6 months ago, a quiet guy named Michael who everyone thought was going nowhere fast. He seemed like such a mismatch for her. No big dreams, no fancy clothes, just a simple job and a laid-back attitude. Now, Olivia was glowing next to her new boyfriend, Jordan, a smooth-talking guy from another company. He had the flashy watch, the sports car, and all the stories about his big deals. Evelyn loved seeing her daughter happy again. She'd spent the whole afternoon in the kitchen, making her famous roast chicken, the one that always brought the family together. As she chopped vegetables and stirred the gravy, she thought back to when Olivia first brought Michael home. It was at a charity event 4 years ago, and something about him had caught Olivia's eye. But over time, it became clear he wasn't ambitious. He didn't join Robert and Dylan for golf outings or talk about stocks and promotions. He just smiled quietly and kept to himself. Evelyn had always felt a tiny nagging doubt about him. Those calm eyes seemed to hide something, but she pushed it away. Olivia deserved better, someone who could give her the life she was meant for. The sun was dipping low, casting a golden light through the big windows of their dining room. The table was set with shiny plates and glasses of fine wine, all paid for by their good jobs at Western Enterprises. That's the company that employed every single Harper, Evelyn as the assistant, Robert running operations, Dylan managing a team, and even Olivia had worked in marketing there until she quit after the divorce. Their home, this big place with the pool out back, was part of Robert's perks from the job. Life was good, or so they thought. As Evelyn drained the veggies in the sink, leaving behind that murky water full of bits and peels, the doorbell rang. Olivia's voice came from the dining room, sharp and worried. "Mom, don't open it." But Robert was already there, swinging the door wide. And who was standing on the doorstep? Michael, in his old jeans and a worn-out jacket, looking a bit tired but steady as ever. His dark hair was a little messy, but those eyes, calm and deep, locked right on. "Michael," Robert said coldly, like he was talking to a stranger. "What are you doing here? You're not part of this family anymore. Olivia made her choice, and we stand by it." "I get that," Michael replied softly, his voice even and polite. "I'm not here to make trouble. I just need Olivia to sign some final papers for the divorce. It's quick, just a few minutes." Evelyn stepped out from the kitchen, wiping her hands, feeling a rush of annoyance. How dare he show up now, ruining their nice evening? This was family time, and he was a reminder of Olivia's big mistake. Jordan called out from inside, laughing meanly. "Is that your ex, Olivia? The guy who couldn't even buy you a nice dinner? Tell him to beat it." Dylan chuckled too, standing up to join his parents. "Yeah, dude. Divorce means goodbye. My sister's got a real winner now." But Michael just looked past them, right at Olivia, who was sitting there pale and gripping the table. Something in her face made Evelyn pause. Was that fear? "Olivia knows why I'm here," Michael said quietly. Don't you? Olivia stood up slowly, her chair scraping the floor. Michael, please, she whispered. I'm sorry. Just go, okay? We can forget this. Forget what? Evelyn snapped, confused and getting madder. Why was Olivia acting so scared? This wasn't like her. Jordan puffed up, stepping closer. Listen, pal, get out before I make you. Olivia's with me now, someone who can actually take care of her. The word care hung in the air like a challenge. And that's when Evelyn felt something snap inside her. This man had wasted years of her daughter's life, held her back with his laziness. He needed to learn his place. She marched back to the kitchen, grabbed that pot of dirty veggie water, grey and gross with peels floating in it, and stormed back out. You want to know what we think of you? Evelyn said, her voice shaking with anger. Let me show you. And before anyone could stop her, she dumped the whole pot over Michael's head. The filthy water soaked him, dripping down his face, bits of peel sticking to his jacket. Jordan burst out laughing, pointing and howling. Dylan joined in, slapping his knee. Mum, that's gold. He deserves it. Robert didn't laugh, but he didn't stop it either. He just nodded, like it was fair. Evelyn set the pot down, feeling a twisted sense of rightness. Now he'd get it. He was nothing to them. But Michael, he didn't yell or run. He just stood there, water dripping, and smiled. That odd, knowing smile that always made Evelyn's gut twist. He pulled out his phone, calm as could be, and dialed. Hey, Sarah, he said into it, like they were chatting about the weather. Yeah, it's time. Start the Harper plan we talked about. All of it, right now. I'm sure. He hung up and looked at them, his eyes landing on Olivia, who was now hiding her face. You know, he said gently, I gave you so many chances to be nice, Olivia. To tell your family the truth. But you kept it hidden, didn't you? You were ashamed. Jordan stopped laughing. Ashamed of what? Who's Sarah, your pretend helper? You're pathetic. Michael ignored him. Tell them, Olivia. Tell them who I really am. Where you worked. The truth you've been hiding because I wasn't showy enough for you. Olivia started crying, real sobs that shook her. Evelyn's heart skipped. This wasn't right. What was going on? Let me tell you, dear listeners, how the air in that room got thick with confusion and fear. You ever feel like the ground is shifting under your feet, and everything you thought was solid turns to sand? That's what hit the Harpers right then. Evelyn stood there, staring at her daughter crying like her world was ending, while Michael dripped water on the fancy rug. Robert stepped forward, angry now. I don't know what games you're playing, but get out before I call the cops. You're not welcome here. Michael turned to him, that smile fading into something sharper. Your house, Robert? The one bought with your pay from Western Enterprises. Where you've been senior director for 30 years. Where Dylan manages a department. Where Evelyn assists executives. Where Olivia worked until she quit after leaving me. Dylan shrugged, still chuckling a bit. So what? We all work there. It's a top company. We've earned our spots. What's that got to do with you? Everything, friends. Michael's eyes lit up with a quiet power. Because I am Western Enterprises. I'm Michael Weston, the owner and CEO. I took over from my dad 8 years ago, before I met Olivia at that event my company funded. The words dropped like stones in a pond, rippling out shock. Evelyn felt dizzy. This couldn't be. Michael was a nobody, a guy in old clothes with no drive. But now, looking at him, she saw it, the hidden strength, the smart gaze she'd ignored. And Olivia's tears. They confirmed it all. She knew. She'd always known. You're full of it, Jordan said, but his voice wobbled. He looked at Olivia. Tell him he's lying, babe. He's just messing with us. But Olivia couldn't. She just sobbed harder. Then the phone started ringing, Robert's first, then Dylan's, then Evelyn's. Robert answered, his face going white as a sheet. That was HR, he whispered. I'm fired. 30 years, gone. The CEO ordered it himself. Security will kick me out if I show up. Dylan hung up next, staring at his phone. Me too. And Mom. All of us, fired right now. How? Evelyn checked her voicemail, same thing. Her job, her life for 15 years, vanished. Because she'd dumped water on the man who owned it all. The man who'd married her daughter and put up with their snide comments for years. Michael wiped his face with a cloth from his pocket. You have 24 hours to leave this house. It's company property, part of Robert's deal. No job, no house. It's all legal. Check the papers. You can't. Evelyn cried, panic rising. We have rights. I can, Michael said calmly. Your contracts allow it, especially with cause. Sarah's documented everything. He looked at Olivia, softer now. I loved you so much. I'd have given you the world. But you were embarrassed by me. I didn't flaunt my money, no fancy cars, no suits. I wanted real love, not for my wealth. You divorced me without trying, because I wasn't flashy. Olivia looked up, tears streaming. I'm sorry, Michael. I was dumb. Shallow. Please, don't hurt my family. I'll end it with Jordan. We can fix this. But Michael shook his head, heading for the door. I'm not hurting them. I'm just cutting ties, like they've wanted. They showed me tonight what they think, that I'm trash. So now, no jobs from my company, no home from my perks. Nothing from me. He paused, looking back at Evelyn. That water was honest, Evelyn. It showed who you all are. The door clicked shut, and they heard a powerful engine roar, not the old truck Michael used to drive, but something sleek and expensive. Jordan stood awkward, then turned on Olivia. You were married to Michael Weston, the billionaire, and you left him. You're crazy. Get out. Olivia yelled, furious through her pain. It's not your house anymore, Jordan snapped, grabbing his stuff and leaving. The Harpers were alone now, in a home that wasn't theirs. Robert sank down, head in hands. Dylan paced, Googling Michael Weston. Articles popped up about the private CEO who'd built an empire quietly. Photos showed a younger Michael in meetings, looking just like him. Why hide it? Dylan muttered. Why pretend to be broke? Evelyn got it then, in the kitchen staring at the empty pot. Michael wasn't pretending poor, he was being real. He valued heart over show. Olivia hid it because she wanted flash, like Jordan. And the family encouraged that, judging Michael without knowing. Olivia's phone rang, Sarah, Michael's assistant. Olivia listened, more tears. He's changing the divorce deal. No more alimony, $50,000 a month, gone. I lied in court, acted like he was poor. They could charge me with fraud, but they are not. Evelyn felt sick. They'd had it all, security, love from a good man. Thrown away for pride and cruelty. Now, my friends, this is where the real pain hits. The emotional turning point that cracks open every hidden feeling. You know how sometimes one truth can shatter a whole life like glass. That's what unfolded in that dining room as the Harpers faced what they'd done. The roast chicken sat cold on the table, forgotten, while the family stared at each other in shock. Evelyn's hands shook as she realized the depth of their mistake. Michael wasn't just rich. He was the foundation of their world, and they'd treated him like dirt. Olivia slumped in her chair, wiping her eyes. I knew from the start, she admitted, her voice breaking. He told me early on, but I promised to keep it secret. He hated the spotlight, wanted people to like him for him. But I got embarrassed. He drove that beat-up truck, wore simple clothes. My friends asked why I settled for less. I wanted him to change, to show off. When he wouldn't, I left. Robert looked up, hurt mixing with anger. You knew. And you let us mock him. 4 years. I thought you'd judge him too, Olivia sobbed. Like I did. I was wrong. He was kind, supportive. Brought me breakfast in bed, left sweet notes. Remembered every little thing. He was perfect, Dad. And I threw it away because he wasn't impressive enough. Dylan stopped pacing, phone still in hand. The articles say he's worth billions. Built the company bigger than his dad ever did. But he lives simple to test people. We failed, didn't we? Evelyn nodded, tears welling up. She'd poured that water thinking she was strong, protecting her girl. But really, she'd been blind. Cruel. We all failed, she whispered. We judged him on looks, on what he didn't show. Never saw his heart. The doorbell rang again, jolting them. A man in a suit stood there with papers. For the Harper family, from Mr. Weston's lawyers. Eviction notice, out by 6 tomorrow. Termination details too. He says if you don't fight, there's a small severance, $50,000 total, split 3 ways. Robert took the folder, flipping through. For 30 years. $17,000 each. That's it. The lawyer nodded. It's generous, considering. Fighting will cost more. Good night. As he left, the family huddled over the documents. Everything was airtight, clauses about at-will jobs, housing ties. Sarah had notes on their behavior over years, snide comments at dinners, exclusion from family events. Olivia hugged herself. This is his kindness, not destroying us more. We should take it. Kindness. Dylan exploded. After Mom dumped water on him. Evelyn flinched. That moment replayed, Michael's smile, the call, the calm. He'd endured so much, their jabs about real men providing, their laughter. For love of Olivia. And when they crossed that line, he acted. Not in rage, but justice. I thought I was teaching him a lesson, Evelyn said, voice small. But he taught us. We valued wrong things, cars, suits, show. Not character, kindness. Robert sighed deeply. We built our life on his company, never knowing. Now it's gone. The weight pressed down, no jobs, no home, savings thin from living big. Olivia's alimony? Vapor. They'd start over, maybe move to a small apartment, hunt entry-level work. But deeper hurt, losing Michael's respect. He'd loved Olivia truly, hidden his world for genuine bond. She'd betrayed that, family too, with cruelty. Evelyn touched Olivia's hand. He loved you enough to wait. To hope you'd see him real. Olivia nodded, fresh sobs. And I didn't. I chose fake shine over real gold. Friends, in that moment, hearts broke open. No more denial, just raw truth of their flaws. Shallow judgments drowned them, like that dirty water. As the night wore on, listeners, the Harpers dove into the mess they'd made, piecing together how to survive. You ever stare at your life in ruins and wonder how to rebuild? That's where they were, frantic calls, packing boxes, tears mixing with regret. The elegant home felt like a trap now, every luxury a reminder of what they'd lost. Robert made calls first, to a lawyer friend, who skimmed the papers and whistled. It's solid. At will state, clause is clear. Fighting. Cost a fortune, probably lose. Take the severance, start fresh. Dylan searched job sites, but whispers spread fast in their world. Western owns half the industry. Who'll hire us after this? Olivia stared at her phone, reading old texts from Michael, sweet, thoughtful ones. He warned me once, she said. Said people chase shine, miss substance. I laughed it off. Evelyn packed kitchen things, the empty pot mocking her. That impulse, anger, superiority, cost everything. I thought he was weak, she admitted. But he was strong, holding back power till we forced his hand. They talked late, sharing memories. How Michael fixed Robert's car once, no charge. Listened to Dylan's career woes. Supported Olivia's dreams quietly. Why endure us? Dylan asked. For love, Olivia whispered. Real love tests, waits. We failed every test. By dawn, boxes piled up. Friends called, shocked. The Harpers dodged questions, too ashamed. Jordan texted Olivia. You're on your own. Can't believe you blew it with a billionaire. She deleted it, focusing on family. We stick together, she said. Learn from this. Evelyn nodded, heartfelt. We were blind to goodness. Chased wrong things. Now, we rebuild with better hearts. The emotional weight eased a bit, not gone, but shared. They saw their flaws clear, pride, judgment. Michael's mercy, the small cash, showed his character. They vowed change. As movers arrived, paid with last savings, Evelyn lingered in the empty dining room. Stains from the water remained, like scars. Goodbye, she whispered to the house, to old life. They drove to a cheap motel, uncertain future ahead. But in pain, seeds of growth. No more shallow chases, value heart, kindness. And so, my dear audience, the Harpers stepped into a humbler world, carrying lessons etched deep in their souls. You know, life has a way of humbling us when we need it most, turning pain into wisdom if we let it. They found a small apartment in a quiet suburb, far from Sunnyvale's glamour. Jobs came slow, Robert at a warehouse, Evelyn waitressing, Dylan in retail, Olivia freelancing. Money tight, but bonds stronger. Months passed, reflections growing. Evelyn often thought of that night, the water pouring, Michael's smile. We treated gold like trash, she'd say. Learned worths in character, not show. Olivia healed slowest, regretting most. I had true love, she'd share. Threw it for fake sparkle. Now, I seek real. Dylan changed too, valuing quiet strengths. Robert found peace in simplicity. News came, Michael thriving, company bigger, still private. No revenge tales, he'd moved on. The Harpers didn't resent, they thanked the wake-up. That dirty water washed away our illusions, Evelyn reflected. showed us who we were, pushed us to better. Friends, the message: look beyond surfaces. Value kindness over flash. True worth's in heart, not wallet. The Harpers lost much, but gained wisdom, a satisfying trade in life's grand story. May we all learn before it's too late.